Hello fellow Seawars, I hope you're doing fine. This is just a test. I'm going to try and record tutorials on individual topics that may be of concern or interest to you. And this is the first one that I'm trying to get together, and the topic of this one is TWAs when you are using waypoints and also maneuvering around coastal areas with waypoints. Right, no further ado, we'll just go into the game. As you can see here, you can see when I touch the screen or press a button, it's illustrated by this little dot. Okay, right then. We are in the LA Honolulu race, and I'm just using this as I've got a ETA of about 120 hours. So it's really not that important. So if I screw things up a bit now, it won't matter. I've prepared something here. You can see where I am in the pack there, next Te Papa Cherry and Buddha, Liviantown and all the rest of them. But as I said, we're not going to make good time. So I have just switched to waypoints just to get us all the way over to Honolulu. And then I've put a few waypoints around Honolulu, as you can see here. And here I can show you the first things on how to be using waypoints. I'm going to have to go to the time when we are there, which is in 36 hours. That would be, wait a minute, come on, I want the 36-hour one. There we go. Right. Now here, for instance, is positioning a waypoint close to a coastline. What I like to do there is, if I move the waypoint to right on top of this lump here or that one, that would be the better one to choose here. It's very difficult to see if the line, the dotted line, is actually crossing the land there. That's why what I like to do is I look for a niche like this, a little bay, where I can put the actual waypoint buoy or buoy in there like that, and that would be fine. You can actually sometimes get it a bit closer. That would be too close, for instance, although if I zoom in, no, if I zoom in, you see actually that we're doing fine. It doesn't touch. I'll take it a bit further away from that one there, so I'll take it further in this direction like that. If I leave it there, that will get me past there. It is a bit scary. It's something that you have to get used to, but after doing it for a while, I have actually worked it out quite well, and thank God I haven't had any accidents lately and haven't been visiting a beach bar. Same here, this one's not positioned nicely. Now I'm not going to squeeze it too much, but you can get it fairly close to that corner like so. There, that would be this then. There we are. Now, and so forth and so forth. Right, now here, when we get to this far corner, this is where we would be, say, if it would be our idea to go all the way around Honolulu before actually going into the harbour to finish, where we would like to get into the harbour. Now, as you can see, we've got a head-on wind. I have switched the wind to the actual time when we would be there, which is in 36 hours from now. Now, we have to find out what exactly is the wind, how strong it is also of interest, but mainly the main interest is the wind direction. Therefore, we can use this tool. Now, if you're working on a PC, you automatically have it on the front of your cursor that you won't move over the map, but on a pad or on your phone, you have to use the wind indicator tool. Here we can see that at that time when we arrive there and come around that corner, we have got a wind coming out of 95 degrees, so virtually east, and that's at a speed at 8.8 knots. Now, we know that our boat can only go at a maximum course to the wind of, as you can see here, best VMG, velocity made over ground, that is. And the best VMGs for this boat are 36 degrees, yeah, and 145 degrees, yeah. Now, velocity made over ground, so how can I explain that? Now, basically, if a boat is sailing at 90 degrees to the wind, then it has a velocity made over ground towards the destination, which is exactly in the direction of the wind, of 0. Now, if he would sail at an angle of 45 degrees to the wind, then he should have a velocity made over ground, if he's actually doing a speed through the water of about 10 knots, he should be moving towards the destination, that is the velocity over ground towards the destination of about 7 knots. But that depends on what type of boat it is and so on. Each boat has a different VMG. Now this one that we're looking at the moment has a very, very high VMG, being 36 degrees to the wind. So we know now that we don't want to get a course lower than 36 degrees to the wind. Okay, so there we are, we know that now. Now we have got a wind direction at the moment of 95 degrees. So all we have to actually do now is that as we are going to be heading into the wind, but we are on the, if you look at it from the wind direction on the left-hand side of the wind, then that means that we are going to have to take the 95 degrees where the wind is coming from. And then on top of that, as we said, we have got a VMG of 36, so plus 36 equals a COG, that is our course over ground, which we have as a compass course, that is your course over ground. And there we have a course over ground of 131. Okay, so let's get one more waypoint. Get the waypoint, there it is. And now what we can do here is we can move it and see where the angle is. Now, if I would go straight to the finish line here, like that, then you can already see just by the true wind direction that is illustrated in there, then we're going to be heading right into the wind and we're going to be locking irons. We are just going to have flapping sails and start to go backwards. So that is not possible. So this is why we have to find our VMG. And as I said, that was 36 degrees and the 95 degrees of the wind together sums up to 131 degrees. Meaning that we have to have a course out just like this. You can see it here, there, that is it there, 131. Meaning now when I come around that corner, the boat is going to pull up into the wind, but only up to 131 degrees on the compass, which is then, according to the wind, a VMG of, or a true wind direction that we have on the boat, of 36 degrees. Okay, that's fine. Now we have to work out how we're going to get in there, meaning we're going to need another waypoint. So let's get another waypoint, and now we have to work out what is the best angle here. And that is also quite easy. All you have to do there is take the 95 again, but now we subtract the 36, and then we have a compass course, or a course over ground, that has to be 59 degrees and is not allowed to go higher than that. Now that would be like so. There are 58, 50, 59. That would be that. Now we're wasting room because we actually want this enter point to be more like here. Yeah, so we can move that over there. Now we go back to waypoint 6. Yeah, we have to keep the 131, yeah, so that would be there. Now I can go back, I have to move the wind indicator to the waypoint 7, and here we had to have 59, yeah. Right, where was the 9? 59. There you go. 58. Oh, come on. Goes to 59, 60. There, 59. So here, on both of those courses, we have got the absolutely right VMG. Sometimes you can press it a bit more. You can take it to about 35, especially when you're trying to pinch into a finish line like this. Anyway, that should illustrate enough. If we go back, there we have the 131. Here we have the 59, and we have a wind direction of 95. Work it out, do the maths, you'll see that's the way to get there. So that's all for now, folks. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, and I will try and do more like this, and we'll see, yeah. And if there are other topics that I can illustrate in a similar fashion, then please, please, please just inform me, and I'll try and get something compiled. Right then, go Wolves, go! Howl in the wind and have a lot of fun. Be nice to each other. Right, goodbye.